Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can
Anybody
hear you. Hola.
hear? Okay. Hello, everybody. Woo! We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Woo! I'm my own audience until we can figure out what we're gonna do with a canned audience or whatever. However, welcome back
Y'all
to
better be
another.
hype out there too. Y'all better be hype too.
You're not letting me do my intro.
Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
Of course, you know me. I'm your host, Jessica Vance, your girl. You know, Jess, and I'm here. And so, guess what? Just without further ado, let us introduce our special guest this week. He is a motivational speaker, he is a thought leader, he is an amazing person that I think that y'all should hear from. He gives me these good gems and nuggets all the time. And so I think it's time for some of y'all to hear what he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric B. Richardson. Woo!
Yay.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's a good evening today. It's a good evening. It was a good day today. Productive week so far. Well, I guess it should be. It's what's Monday, huh?
It feels like a productive week, even though it's Monday.
And it's Monday. It's been a productive week. I can
Yes.
roll with it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Though you get to go by Jess on here, and I, all right, all right,
I'm just all the time.
all right.
Oh, that should be my full name, Jessica Van.
Oh no, that's all right. That's all right. It's good. It's good. What's going on? It's good to be here. I appreciate you having me for real.
I'm
I mean,
glad
I
to
could have
be
waited in the lobby listening to the music too. So that was,
right. That's what people
yeah,
often compliment my intro and my uh countdown.
yeah, it
Done
was good.
produced by my best friend. Isn't that wonderful?
Hey, that's nice.
So I want to know, just kind of give me a little, intro as to who you are. How you got to do the things you're doing.
So, as you said, and as the beautiful purple lower third says, I'm Eric B. Richardson. So, I am a motivational speaker, a life coach, a youth sports coach. I'm just a coach, y'all. I'm also the co-founder and CEO of Rick Scott Designer. We are a lifestyle brand that designs and delivers high quality merchandise, and we contribute a portion of our proceeds to fund youth mentorship programs and some wellness programs for adults too. So, a lot of quarterly partnerships and things like that. We like to contribute, like to get back.
That
Look
is
good while
awesome.
you're doing it, right?
That is awesome. And actually, that is perfect time. I have not been able to do one of these. I don't have my Rick Scott hoodie on today. I do wear it. You can vouch for me that I do wear it.
All right, you wear, yeah, you wear.
But my segment that I haven't gotten to do in a long time today, I'm going to say is sponsored by Rick Scott Designer. What's tea?
Hey,
But Eric does indeed have on one of their shirts, the Growth Over Comfort shirt, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, if you want to support and you hear it goes to a great cause, go to rickscottdesigner.com and they will treat you right. You'll see a bunch of beautiful shirts and hoodies, and those hoodies, let me tell y'all, it's like wearing a hug. It's so comfortable, it is so good. I'm a little, so I didn't know if it was going to do right by me, but it does, and it's a wonderful quality product. And so
yeah, it
that's one
is.
thing I can commend them on for sure.
I appreciate that. It is. I have to say, it's well put together. It's cut and sew. You know what I mean? It is not a prefab or wholesale design. Shout out to my brother, my business partner, Rick Scott Designer's lead designer, Rick Lambert. If he's out there watching, he might big up y'all in the comment section. But no, we put a lot of work into that hoodie specifically. Wanted to kind of answer a lot of questions. You don't want stuff falling out. You want something comfortable that you can wear anytime, and it's good. Like you said,
Yeah.
it supports a good cause. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
So
good.
on this show, I don't waste any time,
Come on,
and I
come on,
don't
come
think I have it on there. But I'm gonna just flash it real quick. How can we
on.
contact Eric? That's not your stuff, but how can we contact Eric?
All right, so you can contact me either. So I'm all over social media, so you can find me on Facebook at Eric B. Richardson. If you want to go to our business page, you can look at Rick Scott Designer LLC, On Instagram, we are at Rick underscore designer, Rick underscore Scott underscore designer. I get it right. And if you want to get to me on Instagram, I am at Sean Scott one. I think.
Sean Scott one.
I
We're
bet,
gonna
if
talk
not,
about
that'll
him
get
too.
you real close. If not, that'll get you close.
You'll see him. You'll see him. You'll see him.
And look
Got
for a
this
picture to do with an orange,
orange
like orange
background.
background. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's him. So, well, like I said, we'll talk a little more about Sean Scott too. If y'all see those
Okay.
instruments in the background, my friend here is
Chill. Okay. Okay.
multifaceted. There's so much stuff we could talk about. We have these conversations. We it varies from subject to subject. But
Yeah.
today I really want to talk to you about growth. I think one thing, I've known you for 2 years now,
Yeah. About that.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to commend you just as your friend that I've seen such tremendous growth in you. I will say that there are some levels of business that I have seen you surmount and and accomplish, and I feel like there are some things that you have even taken to the next level. We're gonna talk about the blocks. We're gonna talk about all of it. There's so much stuff to talk about.
Good. Drop the
But I
last
want to talk to you, huh? Last
episode.
episode is this week.
Drop to.
Oh,
It
so that
just
means I
dropped
can't
this week.
tell. We can't say then.
Oh, we can tell. We can tell. We're good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I want to talk to you first about, the heart behind your business. And you are similar to me in that we've had similar uh, walks with ideas and trying to put things together and being creatives.
Right.
And I feel like there are several things that you can present, but right now you decided to focus kind of on Rick Scott. How did you
Yeah.
kind of get to that point? How did you get, like, what decisions did you make?
So I'll tell you, if you don't mind, I kind of little brief, real little detour to the beginning, and I promise I'll speed up to where we are. But Rick Scott Designer itself, as a company, was kind of a result of and just a beautiful bond I was able to form with my brother Rick. So we used to own an audio engineering and music production company. Shout out Late October Lifestyle. We used to own a company together, and at some point, we decided we were going to work on a project together. And that project was going to be called Rick Scott. I guess I may as well go ahead and say where the Rick and the Scott come from now, because that inevitably comes, right. Because if my business partner is Rick, I must be Scott. Y'all, I'm not Scott. I'm Eric. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm Eric. But where Scott comes from is so I'm an '80s baby, and it is not exclusive to our generation, but like a lot of us, we come up with some tumultuous relationships or some tough things with our folks, with our parents. Me and my pops, we had a similar connection or non-connection, like a lot of '80s babies had. But man, look at God. Love always wins. We reconnected when I was an adult, and we agreed that we was gonna make good on this Scott last name. So I don't carry my dad's last name, but that's how I pay homage to his legacy. And we'll use Scott to further the legacy and make good on it. So that is where Rick Scott came from. So we decided to put together a project. It was going to be all things us, really. He's kind of a hip hop head. I'm a jazz and R&B guy, right? So we're just going to put this project together, and things happened. We weren't able to do it, but one thing we also like to share, that we also have in common, is that we both like to dress. Uh, both like to wear nice things. Cost isn't necessarily the thing. It's just does it look good? Does it fit well? Things like that. And my boy loves nice dress shirts. So he says, "Hey, Eric, let's start a company and make dress shirts." All right, cool, right? So we go through, and actually, when you talk about growth, our first hurdle was because the dress shirt was supposed to be our primary product. That was going to be our MVP. That's what we were gonna, these luxury high end dress shirts. And I remember we go to our first fashion house to talk about what we needed the samples to look like. We were down in LA, and hey, quick business lesson, y'all: vet wherever you go. Do a little homework. Don't be impulsive. We kind of, I wouldn't say we were impulsive. Actually, we could do a little more research, right? But when we do that, if you don't do that, sometimes you learn some tough lessons. So I believe we paid $3,600, y'all, for a sample of a dress shirt that I believe I could have gotten off the rack at Target or something.
Ross.
Yeah, so right, Ross be having some heat though, but
Yeah.
not just. But but it was a very expensive lesson. We were 2 months past delivery time, and when we got it, it was not at all what we were looking for. But we've been promoting the launch of this company, right? And so we had a product. So growth over comfort became our product. And this comes from another labor of love that I kind of rolled into here. And a few people have heard of this, but we are eventually going to roll out something called the Disconnect. And y'all, it's just going to be a safe space. It's going to be a safe space to house some civil conversation. I'm a man of faith, so it'll be a faith-based platform. However, it will not be limited to discussions that question or challenge. That's what this is for us to enrich one another as people. Shoot, I don't know if y'all can tell, there's enough dissension going around. We good on that. So we kind of rolled growth over comfort into that. It says, all right, we can sell these T-shirts, and the message is what became the primary product. Fast forward a couple years later, I decided to go on this reality television show, the largest live-in competition for startups, known as the Blocks. And I go there and I meet some amazing people. I learned some really valuable lessons, and in the process, I learned that our company is not a high-end luxury men's clothing line. It's a brand for people. We're a lifestyle brand. We reach people through living through imperfection and growing through that, and kind of the growth is the lifestyle. And it says, well, if that's the case, then what we can do is take that and make sure we use those resources to facilitate growth for other folks. We just
Yeah.
want to see people keep coming up.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful. I
Yeah.
think mainly for me, and I could say this, I look to y'all as inspiration because of that very thing. Like sometimes taking growth over comfort on on your chest is not, it's not easy at all,
Hmm.
because sometimes you want to revert, or sometimes you want to be
Mm.
stubborn, or there's things about you that, as you're an entrepreneur, I'm gonna say this, and I think I've said this before to
Yeah.
others, but I feel like if you are an entrepreneur, or you're designed to be an entrepreneur, I think you should go to therapy first. Definitely.
First, during, and that's it, during, because once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
yeah, just keep going,
Yes.
or have a way to roll that out, have a way to work through that. I have my little system, but have a way to roll that out, because it is not for the weak
It's
at
not.
all. If any of my blockers are watching, shout out to y'all. Shout out to my blockers. My that's the crazy crew. Season 17. Hey, but there at the blocks, I was able to meet just a bunch of like minds, people who are just gluttons for punishment in the name of growth and success and progress. You know what I mean? But to be an entrepreneur, that's kind of the mindset that you have to have. Um,
Yeah.
you got to walk in knowing that most doors are going to be closed, and the only ones that will open are the ones that you're bold enough to walk up to and open yourself. You
Yeah.
know, the others, eh, entrepreneurs too busy. You know, to be running around leaving doors open. So
Yeah.
you got to go make it happen, baby.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
I I definitely agree there. And so what I was saying is just even in that, if you don't have that, if you don't find some type of foundation, it's very difficult to continue in entrepreneurship. And so I even just in the example of you and Rick trying to figure it out amongst yourselves as friends, and just how you're viewed in the world, and to see you guys get clear on that is has been a beautiful process. And like I
Yeah.
said, it's inspired me for sure. In that in that you know if you can get through that, because some people say, don't work with your friend, blah blah blah. If you can get through that kind of stuff, then I feel like you can do anything really. And I really commend you guys. And so
Yeah.
on the blocks, you spoke some of it, you spoke some about it. On the
Mhm.
blocks, tell us a little bit about that, where people can find it, etc. And if you
Okay.
want to share the results.
Okay. So the blocks, y'all, as I was saying, it's a reality competition. So it's the largest living reality competition for startups. So there's a group of entrepreneurs that go to a centralized location all in one place. And the one thing that's different about this show is that no one goes home every day. Like you sit there and suffer. You sit there and you take it every day, right? Until the end. But that is because there's a large educational component to the show. Just quickly, kind of what you do is you get a certain allotted amount of time to, you're taught a subject, and then you get a very little bit of time to develop a 3-minute pitch to display subject matter mastery on that subject. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it was a really beautiful and blessed experience to be in a room full of like people and get a lot of education and networking done. Fellow entrepreneurs, I have to tell y'all, I'm gonna share it. If you ain't ever been, then don't be jealous, just go. But it's a place where people will understand you being tired and still going. It's a place where people will understand you committing to the next step in the process and your relentless focus. It was great for that. But I went there and man, I show one of my boy Rick by my side, but didn't work out that way. So I had to trudge in there, just like had to go in there. But I was really excited to go learn a lot, and in the process, y'all, I won that competition. It's
Won
crazy.
that thing.
So the season 17 winner for the blocks, which is airing right now. If you go to betablocks.com, at the top, you'll see at the across the navigation bar, the blocks. The most current season is season 17. You go there and y'all watch it from the beginning. Don't skip to the end just because Go watch from the beginning and run it up. Get educated. There's a lot of education,
Yeah.
a lot of curriculum there. Thank you, Tawana.
Horses
Thank
corner.
you. There's a huge educational component that I would tell any entrepreneur you need it. I mean, to be honest, had I never touched the stage, thank you, Tiffany. Had I never touched the stage, never won a single thing, I'm telling you right now, I'd have walked away feeling just as proud. I mean, you know this. I mean, how often would I just, what you doing? Watching blocks videos, after all is said and done. So I love the ecosystem so much to the point I went back in December to like an extended coaching session and got more education there. And I still use those things. I think I've shared how those tools have helped me a lot. It's really helped us pivot our business, honestly. And yeah, and we won. It was cool.
And you
Great
won.
experience. And,
Yeah.
no, it was a really nice experience. For those of y'all watching now, if you go look at my page and see one that says, "Hey, episode 6 is live," if you click that link, it'll take you to the website and you go watch there. But I'll post it after this too.
Now I skipped ahead, but I also fortunately got, you know, I
Skipped
kind of had
ahead.
behind the scenes. I had
Uh,
behind the scenes insight anyway, so it's like I already knew the
yeah,
results. However, I'm
yeah,
gonna say how I'm gonna say that I think that y'all getting maybe a small glimpse of Eric's charisma. But I will say the episodes that I did watch leading up to that ending, like
yeah.
he just like first of all, I know Eric, outside of that. So I see the charisma and I see how, he definitely I knew he was going to at least get high up if he didn't win. But I always felt
That's
like he was going to win.
crazy.
I
You did
always
say that. I
knew
think you said that before I left too, and I was like, man, I'm going to go learn something.
you were going to go win and it was nothing. It was nothing. And then to see it play out how I knew it was going to play out is amazing. Eric is someone that he will pour into you so much good information, good valuable information. I find myself saying a lot. My sister can probably vouch for that. Tiffany, Eric said da 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 da, and Eric said da 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 da, and that's why Eric, because he spouts great wisdom. Great, there's a lot of great wisdom there. And so to see that on that show and to see how they became so enthralled with him, I was like, duh, you know? And so
Wow, the enthralled part, cuz you what? You laying
not
it on
those
the enthralled part.
words. Not the
Nah,
big words. So
no. It was a really
So,
good experience, though.
yeah.
Really good experience. I can say it was eye opening for me. So when you say things like speaking wisdom, yeah, I don't take credit for anything like that. Yo, that's just the wisdom of God, like straight up. Like when you're in pursuit and you start to see your gifts in front of you. If you don't start to use them, you start getting a little chastising. So I went through that
Mhm.
and had to come out of that and start exercising those gifts, right? And you know, that was a place and a time in my life where I really needed to go and see myself. You know what I mean? And I got to see it there. You know what I mean? I got a couple messages when I got back, and I was like, man, that's product is not the clothes. Like, nah, it's the voice, it's the message, it's the wisdom, it's the love. Like, that's what it is. So it was a blessing to go and learn that and go see that for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Rick Scott could stand alone without selling any product and still
Yeah,
definitely be influential brand, I feel, for sure.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about our our friend now, the speaker, and
Hey.
what's coming up for him and what that's looking like.
So, speaking is that is I want to say that it's a new thing, but it's not really. If I want to be honest, I'm just starting to accept accept that I'm gonna find my way in front of people and speak. And I've started to enjoy that. Shh, don't tell anybody. Most people know me as an introvert, cursed with charisma, right? But don't tell anybody. I'm actually starting to enjoy that, and what it really is just having the opportunity to pour into people. I mean, like you said, I'm fortunately I'm fulfilled in that way. You know what I mean? Being able to go pour into people and kind of experiencing some rough stuff and going through some things to come out of that has kind of shaped that. So as a speaker, I'm actually developing a system just kind of details the habits that the things that I did every day to develop a system of habits, that kind of keep me focused, keep me going. So y'all are hearing about it first here publicly. A few people in my speaking cohort have heard about it, but you all get to hear it first. So publicly, I am developing a system called Built to Spec, SPEC. So if you um, hear the term spec, that usually means something very deliberate. It is detailed, it gets down to the minutia of whatever the issue is, and that is the same way we use this. So, built to spec, spec is an acronym for spiritual, physical, educational, and creative. So, every day, I want to make sure that I'm putting in work to be built to spec. So, I wake up, do a devotion, and I pray every day. Go work out, even if y'all, if it's 10 or 15 push-ups, if it's just a couple squats, whatever it is, it's not even about. It's just you developing the habits to pour into yourself, right? Uh, Education. If you ain't learning, you ain't growing. If you ain't growing, you just dying
Yeah.
dumber, right? Like,
Mhm.
because we
Yeah.
died anyway, right? But y'all, come on. Every day we have to bring something in that we can go give to someone else, right? We hear that term, each one teach one. You don't know nothing, you can't teach nothing. So earn something, learn something every day. Creativity, I think, is an underrated quality that people think only creatives need. But I would challenge that thought. I would say it is necessary for you to build confidence and trust in yourself. You got to create something every day. Build something every day, something that you can accredit to you and the gifts you were given. Um, a lot of times we struggle with making decisions and we don't even realize it's because internally we don't trust ourselves. And if you go back and
Mhm.
look and you get a high level view of your life, ask yourself how many decisions did you make with just you and God, and that's it, or how much outside influence did you have? So I found creativity, creating something builds trust. Like it builds internal trust. I build confidence in myself that way. Like, oh, I can do that. As a matter of fact, I mean, we have accidentally gone down the road of music that I made years ago, and I'm like, oh, I was, it's a little confidence booster, right? When you realize that you can get to see something through. So as a speaker, that's being put together. That's going to accompany my keynote surprise called Growth Over Comfort. It's got some more stuff behind it, but y'all have to wait till the launch to see the whole name and all of that good stuff, right? But the Built to Spec is ultimately going to be a workshop. Be a week-long workshop where we come in and we spend time together, diving into each one of those things, supporting one another, building, sharing ideas, and creating a community. Because I think that is something that social media, ironically, can deteriorate a little bit, a sense of community, where we
Yeah.
often find ourselves in echo chambers of just places where we agree. And
Yeah.
we need to diversify perspective by being around people that know and do and understand things that we don't and have not done.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
watching a video that based on what you were saying, I was watching a video. Oddly enough, he was saying like we're no longer social media; it's just interest media, and
yeah,
the things of your interest are what they're aiming to make you see, and it's no longer reaching out of your mindset or reaching out of your
yeah,
comfort zone to even talk to like back in the day on Black Planet. Like, you have to get to know people. You have to
right,
find people, go into chat rooms.
right,
You're
right,
not just there, and there are similar interests, but for the most part, there you meet people you don't know. And I to this day
yeah,
have Black Planet friends that I still talk to
yeah,
that knew me before I had a son. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like that is something that's lacking in society, is even in social media, is the sociability part of it. Is we are kind of starting to become tunnel vision in
Oh
what
yeah,
we receive, what we
oh yeah,
perceive, etc.
we are definitely digitally segregating little by little.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it says little by little, but honestly, it's happening fast. You know what I mean? Like legitimately, and there's nothing wrong with being with it, having your tribe. Nothing wrong with that, but the world is too big. We live in too diverse a space to only know your tribe.
Yeah.
Like if all you know is your tribe, and so it's just like that, even with networking. Like if all you know is your tribe, I mean, your purview is really limited. Your worldview is really limited. So when we want to have our ideas be world changing, that's tough when the idea is rooted in local interest and not change at all. It's honestly just perpetuating the only thing that we know. So it's good. Get out there, diversify your thought, diversify what you see, what you experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna find a network.
Yeah.
As a
That's
person,
another
as a
facet of
business owner,
growing.
all of that. It
Yeah.
is. It is. I mean, honestly, that's the you. I think you know this. That's the reason I went on the blocks. I saw the advertisement come across on Instagram like 2 or 3 times. I was like, they crazy. Like they must not know me. Me volunteer to get up in front of people, crazy. But I think that year I committed to doing. My dad used to tell me something, um, and I didn't understand how profound it was until I was an adult. He says, "Keep doing what you're doing. You keep getting what you're getting." It's so simple, and I never understood. Just it just didn't hit me, so you know the opposite of that. I was like, so if I want different, do different.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was like. You have to, if all you want to be is who you are, keep doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about that too, doing something different. That's been our thing.
Yeah,
Do something different. How can you change even your everyday trajectory? Like
yeah.
just how you gonna pivot just a little bit to make something different.
Just a
Yeah.
tiny little bit. That's
Yeah.
kind of what built the spec is because I'm going to tell y'all some days I don't feel like working out, especially I travel quite a bit for work. Ugh, I don't be want to, get up and work out, but legitimately, if it's just 10 squats, um, that is literally me saying I'm worth the accomplishment. Like I'm worth treating myself. I know this makes me feel good. I'm worth feeling good. So I'm gonna do this different today.
Yeah.
Normally, where I'd say I don't feel like it today, no, flick that switch. And if it's nothing but whatever it is, do that because you're worth that.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to walk through the door every day feeling like you're already beat up on and you're in protection mode. Shoot, own your space. God gave it to you. Own that. You know,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
don't get me preaching on here. You better
Oh,
stop.
we ain't even started talking about that guy. Like, come on, we
All
on
right.
the list. We ain't talked about the vet. We ain't talking. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
you have a lot of well-rounded experiences that kind of have
yeah.
culminated to be that ideology, the growth of over comfort.
Oh, for sure. You're right.
Yeah,
When you said a vet, the military like definitely did that.
yeah,
Y'all, I grew up in Dallas, Texas, in Oak Cliff. Shout out Oak Cliff. That's my hood. Hey. So but I grew up in Dallas, and I didn't grow up camping or living outside or anything like that. You know, I wasn't able to accept it, but I had a scholarship to go to Berkeley College of Music, and y'all, I joined the military and chose a job where I slept outside. And that was my introduction to being an adult and having to choose growth over comfort. You know, military wasn't on my list at all. I'm a musician, a singer, I'm a creative. But that was the path that I needed to kind of give me a different perspective. And I'm gonna tell y'all, shoot, you see a lot of stuff, and you'll learn that what you have at your fingertips is it's enough. You know, so that definitely did shape some experiences for me.
Yeah, I like that. What you have is your, because a lot of people don't know that. Don't
Oh
they
yeah,
relying on or looking into maybe some future them, not realizing
yeah,
the thing you need is already right here with you. Yeah,
it's what you got. All you have is all you need. Because what you have is designed for you to take the step that you are ready for. Sometimes you ask for stuff and you want more. It'd be too heavy. You gotta what you got on your fingertips is what you need to bake the bread that you can digest it, right? So
yeah,
use what you have to get what is for you. And hey, get good at that. Next thing comes.
yeah. See, y'all see my friend is very wise. I'm always nuggets, nuggets, nuggets.
It was good
So
we recorded this one because I barely remember stuff. I don't even remember what we're talking about. Just
no, I have a note
I'm
on
like
my thing.
I'm
Things
like
Eric
king of
says.
forgetting the one liners. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forget.
you know what? And this is when I want. You don't have to say it like you say it, but let's talk about principle. Especially lately, there's been a lot of conversation around ethics and integrity and principle and all that stuff. Tell us how you feel. Like, I feel like that's something people need to hear for sure. Say it in the way you gotta
Okay.
say it.
Um
She
let
said,
me
"All
let me
right,
say
coach."
this. Okay, let me say this, Tiffany. Let me say this. I'm gonna be real cool. Principle, really, when we talk about dissension, disagreements, things that are off-putting, confrontational, the principle honestly just equates to the root cause of disrespect, or most likely hurt, is what it is. Um, so what I mean is, it's not that principle is important, but we put far. It's not that it isn't important, but we put far too much priority on that. The principle is often the trigger or the initial trigger response.
Mhm.
Well, if you're going to be triggered by the same thing all the time, then that principle has control over you, and you are left unable to navigate beyond principle. We have to learn that whatever that trigger is, whatever that principle is static. If we are willing to be static with that principle, we'll never grow beyond it. That
Mm.
means somebody can continue to do that, or that thing can continue to present itself, and you will respond the same way every time. I'm going over there because it's the principle. Man,
Mhm.
that effort to go chase that principle that you didn't incite and that you will never have the ability to change ain't going to change nobody but you.
Yeah.
That principle existed when it was brought to you. It's static. Nothing changes but you in this situation, because now you've compromised the direction you were headed in to redirect to address principle,
Principle. Hmm.
abandoning the direction you need to be headed in for principle. When if you get to the place where you're trying to go, that's going to be so small on your radar, you ain't going to remember it. The things that are loud to you today, as you get older, they all of a sudden ain't as loud. As you get more wise, they're not as loud. They're not as prominent. They mean a
Yeah.
lot less.
Yeah.
How many things would you have been mad at 21 that today somebody could do? And it's like, what? It's because you've abandoned that as a principle. Y'all, leave principle alone.
Yeah.
For for egregious principle violations, there are things in place to take care of that. All things ain't your business. Leave it alone. Keep doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's why I feel about principle. Good Lord. Sorry. I'm off
No,
my
that's
soapbox now.
no, but that's so good. I feel like if you did a book on that, people need to. I feel like that would kind of regulate even how people. Because
Yeah,
even for myself, when I think about something, I was like, "Oh, it's the principle." When I think about what you're saying, I'm like, "Okay, I got to check my emotions. I got to check myself in
that,
this situation because the
how much
reality
more
of this,
nuance is comes
yeah,
after the principle. There's so many
yeah,
other things that we can, kind of change or engage with, or influence. You know what I mean? I don't want to use the word control, but we can influence some of the detail if we just forget about the principle.
yeah,
Namely, you get to influence your own response.
yeah.
That's what you really have control over.
And furthermore, the
I have
principle is not the truth.
it's
Yeah,
it is
I-
your purview.
yeah,
It's your perspective. That's what it is.
yeah,
We see that today. I say that all the time. I will not make this about politics, but it's disheartening to see people prioritize principle because we are unwilling to understand a fundamental concept. Your experiences shape your worldview. We all didn't have the same starting point. We're not going to see things the same. Man, if we just talk and stop letting folks that you'll never meet, never see you tell you how you ought to feel about somebody, and talk to the person that's going through the same thing you're going through,
yeah,
because principle
mhm,
has far too much control.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just it's a fraud, y'all. It's fake news, Tawana. It is.
yeah. It is. It is, and
Yeah.
once you realize that, man, you're right. Like some of the stuff, like I'm tripping off of stuff. I'll give you a great example. I won't give too much detail to it, but I'll just say there's an instance my friend and I were talking about that in street culture, there's
Mm-hmm.
a principle to how you engage with this type of person.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to the conclusion that why do I feel this way about this? I don't have nothing to do with that situation, and furthermore that's a thing that hinders growth anyway, or progress in a young black man's life anyway. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, so why should I feel that way about this specific person because everybody else, because that's principle, when a
Right.
lot of the time this is just a fake code of ethics. It really is. It really
That's it.
is.
That's it.
So that
And
is
you
something I
have
think
the
a lot of us need
ability.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a lot of moments where we've been upset when we could have chosen happy
Yep.
if we'd have just looked at the principle and like, what does that really do to me tomorrow?
Yeah.
How often does principle not leave that moment? And that's what you're mad at. I know it's already done, but it's the principle. Chill, chill. You said it's already done. Leave
Yeah.
that alone. Stop moving backwards. You trip over the future looking backwards. I'm trying to tell you.
Straight up.
Don't do that.
Yeah. And it just furthermore validates that this person is ignorant. They're not gonna. If you feel like they broke something, they're not gonna believe what you have to say anyway. They're not gonna get whatever reprimand you have for them based off of this principle anyway.
Yeah,
So you just learn to not sweat the small stuff for real.
yeah. It can be hard too, though. I mean, it's one of those things. A good friend of mine, Ralph Crocker, talks about something being simple but not easy. So it's a simple concept. So I just know that it's simple. It's not always easy, because sometimes we struggle to break away from that fake code of ethics. Like it takes us to really get into a clearing. It's like what value does this actually have?
Yeah.
Especially, I call this like old rapper syndrome. We be
Yeah.
out there defending ethics and lifestyles that we ain't even trying to live no more.
Right.
We trying to
Right.
get away from that.
Don't even want it. Don't even want it.
We don't even want it. We don't even want it.
I wish I
We're
would
just
hear Jay-Z talking about anything less than I make $1 billion. Like I don't want to hear about that. You don't do that no
that's
more.
it. No.
You remove from it. You're removed
Yeah,
from it.
exactly. Yeah. So no, let it go.
Yeah.
So no, that's a
Look,
word, y'all.
in another news, listen to 444 because that's where he's at now.
That's where the
So
transition happened, which is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, sir, I do have a couple segments. I don't know if you read in my thing that I have a few segments that I go over with my guests. The
Well,
first
whether I
one,
read it or not, you're gonna finna do it anyway. Come on, come on.
you gonna know. So the first one
Oh,
is that's dope.
okay.
That's dope is a brand, a person, a whatever that you consider to be dope.
Ooh, okay. So, did it have to be one?
No, it could be as much as you like.
Okay. All right. Well, first off, I want to shout out my boy uh, Ryan Rydell with Rycom. So coming from, he was one of my blocks brothers. I came out of there, and he really kind of he helped us take Rick Scott to the next level with kind of showing us how we could use some different platforms to our advantage. So if he's watching or if he likes this or if he sees it, y'all go look at him. He'd be the handsome looking dude named Ryan Rydell. But he's got a few different companies. My city got it. I think that's really dope. Um, okay, if y'all like hot sauce, y'all like hot sauce. Beal sauce. Okay, it's right here in Sacramento. I'm sorry, I'm hyped because I buy it by the case.
I saw
I
all
buy
the
it by the
bottles.
case.
I can
I buy
vouch.
it by the case. I buy it by the case.
Yeah.
Beal sauce. My boy Gerald Williams has Beal sauce, and y'all, if I don't mention it, it's not because it's not. It's just because I want to take up all Jess's time. So the last company I do want to say that's dope, and he's branching out into some different ventures, is Durant Enterprises. So my boy LB, he does quite a few things: financial literacy. He does firearm safety. Good Lord, shoot, real estate, credit, and now he's getting ready to set up a platform that's going to be for Black men to have a safe space to kind of do things like this, discuss, and talk about how we continue to grow. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's also done.
That's
I mean, I can
awesome.
name probably 10 companies right now, but name
Next time, next
it.
time, next time, next time.
Max VA, shout out Gabby. That's dope. Sorry,
You're missing somebody.
am I missing somebody? Okay, well, you
Mm-hmm.
tell me who I'm missing. Am I missing
Your
Matt
skincare
Black
friend.
Media?
No.
Oh, I'm not missing Ken. Kenneth
Mm-hmm.
McLaurin. You all go and check out Skincare by Ken. Great line. Actually, I went out to his launch party in Atlanta last September. Yeah. And if you go to a launch party in Atlanta, you got to get fly. So I had to get a tux and all of that stuff. I still showed up and he was still dressed. But yeah, that's very good. And I think down the line he's coming out with beard care too. That's all I can use because the hair care stuff he's coming out with ain't gonna do me no good. Yes.
Okay. So the next segment is Nope, and that
Oof.
is not necessarily a brand. It can be a brand if you bold. Some people don't want to say people's names, but just something in branding, something in business that you just think is so whack.
Okay, something I do think that in business is whacked, and I'm starting to see as a trend. Y'all, email lists, SMS communication, great ways to reach customers. Whatever this trend is that entrepreneurs and business owners and businesses are doing without an introduction, where you call with no introduction and just ask for a name, or you send a text message saying whatever. Even after doing research and finding out these companies are viable, I don't want to work with them. If you can't introduce yourself up front, you're not establishing trust and credibility. Start there, companies. We're starting to lose a lot of that. And hey, this is for everybody.
Come close, come close.
Business owners, yeah, come. Business owners, if you are working for someone else, y'all, customer service is still something that needs to be at a premium. Goodness, we have taken this direct to customer approach, meaning that since I can reach so many people in a short amount of time, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Chill. We still appreciate good customer service. There is a brand that does a lot of pre-orders, and pre-order processes can be a little difficult. This company has pre-order processes that can last up to a year. I get it. You may post a static message on your Instagram, but if they miss it and they email you about their pre-order, don't get online and clown them. Like, come on, y'all. Like, people are still giving you currency for your good or your service. Look, I say this. I kind of live by this. Work hard, treat people good. It falls right under that umbrella. Work hard at your business, but treat people good.
Yeah.
That's it. Like
Yeah.
business owners, we're losing that, treating people good. Like we're getting really entitled. Like, nah, chill with that. Terrible business trend.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's another conversation too. Since it's Black Business Month, that's definitely a conversation to us. We're not going. It's not a
Oh, I didn't even
browbeating
you
today,
know, no, that wasn't
but
that. That wasn't that. That wasn't
no,
that. That
it's
was
not a
just a
browbeating
yeah,
today. But I do think that there are several things, especially in business, that we can learn that
yeah,
is not coming from a bad way, but just if we amplify just a few subjects,
yeah,
in customer service being definitely one of them, in Black owned business, we would definitely see a turnaround in how we're perceived in
yeah.
uh, corporate construct, if you will.
It's you know what for me, because as I get ready to exit the corporate, it's not even about the corporate construct. It's about I think like we kind of talked about earlier. I think brands have to work to create a community. You know what I mean? One of the I can't say I own a single thing, or I don't know if there's anything in my house from Fashion Nova, but they created a community. You know what I mean? I don't know if the customer service is good or bad. I don't know, but from the outside looking in, I'm a little less skeptical if I did want something from there because they built a community. You don't build a community treating people bad. That's
Right.
just it. Like without a corporate, none of that.
Well,
Like just
unless you're MAGA. But I ain't say it. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
so nah, it's like build a community. Like that's what I mean. Community is
Hmm.
key. You gotta have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stop driving people away because she talked to me like that. So she still wants your product. Treat her nice. It's the principle. Shut up.
See how it? See, you see how it
Yeah,
gets to it?
be quiet. Like stop.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
home
that
and go home and add that to your things. On hey, here's how we can improve. Or she was just tripping. You know, take you a hot bath, let it go. It's done.
yeah,
But they'll come back and be nice to you the next time.
maybe
Probably.
depends on how bad I roll my eyes.
True.
So, so my last one that I don't have a little cute graphic for, but my last one is the put on, and this doesn't have to be anything, but just something you want everybody to know about a product, a song, or whatever.
Okay. So I don't know a song. Let me see.
Just
I've been
whatever,
listening
whatever.
to. Hold on. I've been listening to Cube's last album, Exposure Therapy. Y'all go listen to that. It's really nice. A product though. Actually, this was an accident. Maybe I shouldn't say that as an entrepreneur. This was an accident. These hoodies right here. So the hoodies y'all see on the website are actually our branded Rick Scott hoodies. And these t-shirts are the t-shirts that you'll always see. Well, these are available for pre-order. These these growth over comfort hoodies. So they are still
Put us
same
in the game.
material. Same
Yeah.
material. Let me see. It's cotton, polyester, and spandex. It is a custom blend. So if you do not have one of these hoodies right here, it's real sleek on the front. That's because the pocket is hidden right here with a little zipper. Can't see it. The inside, y'all know those little blankets you see at Walmart and stuff. They had a little fleece. That's
It's
what the
so
inside of
good.
the hoodie is made out of, y'all. It's made out of the fleece lining. And plus the pockets are sewn to the hem. So when you put stuff in your hoodie pocket and fall out the bottom, it won't do that either. So you get to it still look cute even with your pockets full. So
Yeah.
y'all look out for that.
Oh,
RickScottDesigner.com. That's where you get that. Hey,
Rick
thank you,
Scott
Manny.
Design,
Appreciate you.
RickScottDesigner.com.
Yeah. RickScottDesigner.com.
Yeah.
So if
So
y'all go there, y'all may see an odd looking picture for their pre-order, but the web developer is working on it. But we grow in person, we grow in transparency. So we like y'all to see the construction. So
yeah.
bang bang.
Yep.
We don't believe in shutting it down. We want y'all to see the imperfection because that's who we are. So that's on purpose.
I definitely hope Rick does get to hear me say that I am ultimately extremely proud of y'all. I am so proud of the tenacity. I'm so proud of you pushing beyond. I think that the blocks was only the beginning. I think
Yeah.
that it was just maybe the catalyst of the thing that's gonna take y'all to the next level. I think that
Yeah.
I definitely am amazed. Number one, because y'all don't even live in the same city, but you guys are handling business like y'all go to the same office every day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's a
I
fun
feel like,
fact. I don't think people know that.
yeah, like y'all don't even, they don't even like coastal, bi-coastal. This is a
So,
bi-coastal business.
if you all don't know, my business partner, I live in California, and my business partner lives in Virginia. We have never lived in the same place. So we've been best friends for going on 15 years now. And we have been in the same place, I think December made 10 times.
But you
So,
would never know, you would never think it's
mhm,
thieves. And I think it's
just like that.
beautiful. First of all, like I said, I'm proud that you are all accomplishing this, you know, in business, but I'm also, as black men, as
Yeah.
veterans, as fathers, I'm proud of y'all for showing a different way, a different route. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And that it doesn't have to be selling some other random thing. Fill in the
Hmm.
blank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you guys are actually leading first with your lives and lifestyles. Secondly, and that whatever product is presented from Rick Scott is from your heart. It's not something just randomly given. That you take so much
Absolutely.
care into it, as in your product, as the lining of the hoodie. I told y'all, it's if you are anemic, okay, you be cold like me, it's like a blanket. Like, I'm
It
surprised that
is.
he hasn't caught me with the hoodie on more than, because I love it.
It's
But
literally designed to be a blanket on the inside, y'all, for real.
yeah, so go get one. I'm not saying that, I'm not pushing just because of bias. I'm saying that for real.
Yeah.
But just aside from that, like, I'm really proud of y'all. I don't know if I've kind of said that, or can say it enough. Hopefully I'm not going out. But enough doting, enough doting. One more time, if you could tell us where to find you.
So you guys can find us online at rickscottdesigner.com, on Facebook at Rick Scott Designer LLC, on Instagram at Rick_Scott_designer. You can reach me at Sean Scott1 on Instagram, or Eric B. Richardson on Facebook. Yeah, I'm looking forward to continued growth. For those of y'all that are listening that are believers, if y'all hear a lot of love talk, a lot of giving back, this is what it looked like.
Yeah, there
No
you
matter that
go.
nonsense where we talking about excluding folks, we know better. Believers do better.
Come on. See, and the man of God still managed to get a sermon in, okay? So,
Because that's the reason. Come on,
yeah,
we ain't not. We gonna get that.
yeah.
Y'all
We're
keep
gonna
it
have to have
pushing,
you
fam.
back. We haven't even scratched the surface. You see all the instruments back there. I know y'all see them. You play them all.
It's decoration, y'all. It's decoration.
No, it's not. It's not. That's and we ain't even talk about how he sings. Okay, he's a singer. Okay, it's so much. Oh, and we ain't talked about how he cooks. Okay.
Oh,
You
we just gonna do it. We're just gonna do a series. Hey, when I make my last corporate exit, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start a
yeah,
Eric channel, just doing stuff. I
yeah.
get to
Oh, see,
watch me being random. That's mostly what it is.
it's not random, but yeah, it's you do a whole lot, and that's great. Tawana says she enjoyed the show. I did too. Thank
Hey,
you
I
very
enjoyed
much,
it too.
sir, for having for coming to be
I was
on the
about to say, yeah,
show.
you had me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yep, my sister says dope.
Hey.
Okay, y'all.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Eric, my guest. It was amazing. This was a great conversation, and I feel like there's so much more to go. We haven't even scratched the surface. And so, when he's ready to get out there on his speaker hype, we gonna bring him back so he can talk some more about that. Because wasn't that spec good? That's so good. I might not do everything on the spec every day, but I definitely have tried to adhere to it, because what kind of hypocrite would I be? All right. But tune in to next week when our guests are my girls, Miss Tawana Divine, Miss LaShawn Grego, also known as with myself, Glow Collective, and we will be talking about marketing, branding, social media marketing, etc. I am so happy. We will actually also probably have an announcement by this time next week. That's right, Tawana. Amen. So We will be having great discussion next week about the do's and don'ts of marketing, branding, etc., and just kind of introducing you guys to our collaboration. And so, with that being said, I hope that you all have a wonderful evening and the rest of your week. Bye.